now the news.
Hey, happy Friday to you. It is May 29th, and I gotta tell you, summer is almost here. I can feel it. The days are getting warmer, the sun stays up longer, and the mosquitoes have launched their first round of West Nile virus. All I know is, thank goodness, pigs really don't fly, otherwise they'd have competition from the swine flu. Well, there's no competition for this week's Friday Funnies, just the stranger stories in this week's news. And the first group of stories I like to lump under the heading of the many faces of nudity. You know, as we prepare for summer, several people have already gotten the jump on how to beat the heat. Several weeks ago, I told you about a topless donut shop that was going to open up in Vassalboro, Maine. The name of it was the Grand View Topless Coffee Shop. Well, they've since opened, and they are doing a hooterific business. But the town of Vassalboro still isn't happy with them. And this week, somebody spotted one of the topless waitresses outside the cafe on a break without her shirt on. And they called the police, and the Vassalboro Police Department responded, although 3 officers were injured as they ran over each other trying to be the first one on the scene. In Lakewood, Washington, a man and a woman were arrested for dropping rocks on cars from an overpass. What really makes this story weird is that apparently they were playing some sort of a stripping game. I don't know what the rules were, but I guess if you hit a car with a rock, the other person had to take off an article of clothing. In their defense, they said that they really just wanted to play strip poker, but their religion frowns upon card playing.
Amen.
And finally, those nutty Germans are at it again. About 2 months ago, we reported that they were having trouble with the Germans going for hikes through the Swiss Alps while naked, and the Swiss didn't care for that. Well, now the naked Germans have moved over to a beach on the Baltic Sea that borders Poland, and they're showing up naked again, and the Poles are not happy about it either. They don't want to spend their day at the beach looking at naked Germans. So to appease both sides, they have put up signs indicating the nude part of the beach from the regular part of the beach. On the nude part of the beach, the sign says, "Show us your Wiener Schnitzel." And on the other part, it says, "Polish sausage and buns only." Maybe I translated that wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's what those signs say. Here's a headline for you. MacGyver robs convenience store. No, not the real MacGyver, but a felon robbed the Quick Shop in Lincoln, Nebraska. Remember MacGyver, though? He was the guy on TV who, if he had like 2 matches and a piece of wire and some chewing gum, he could make a bomb out of it. Well, this guy in Lincoln, Nebraska, he followed MacGyver's lead by using available items to help accomplish his goal. He went in to rob the Quick Shop, and for a mask, he found an old Bud Light box lying on the ground. He took that and put that over his head. Then he wrapped up his hand to make it look like he had a gun, and he went in and he stuck his wrapped up hand at the clerk, and he stole $50 worth of cigarettes. And he had them in his arms, and as he's walking out, he dropped half the cigarettes because he ran into the door because he had a beer box on his head and couldn't see. Apparently, he forgot to use MacGyver's #1 tool, the Swiss Army knife, to cut eye holes in the box. Finally, this would be our News from Around the World segment. This week we go to Conisbrough, South Yorkshire in England, where they're changing the name of the street on which they live. Some residents over there live on a street called Butthole Road. Yeah, that's the name of it, and they have been taking a lot of teasing and decided to change the name of their street to something more genteel. What I would like to know is how long did it take them after moving on Butthole Road to figure out that they were going to catch some flack? Nonetheless, they have changed this week the name of Butthole Road to something much better. It's now called Archer's Way. Archer's Way. And it's still located between Fart Street and Ass Avenue. And that's all I have for you this week. Remember that Christmas is now less than 7 months away. So start shopping. I'll see you next week.